Guys, look at this gorgeous chili. I have battered it with what's called a souffle batter. When I show you how to make this batter, you're going to be surprised. It's really cool, it's fluffy, it's light, and very delicious. Well, howdy folks. Welcome to Texas Cooking Today. I'm Stuart Trotter, your host. Today we're going to be preparing some wonderful, delicious food. And what you're watching here, this is one of my tutorials. So if you're looking for all of the answers and all of the details about this recipe, you found the right video. If you just need the recipe, watch the previous episode. That's what that is. And thank you very much for watching. Now, let's get into this. Guys, did you see that beautiful picture? This is a souffle batter. Now, so you'll know, what we're talking about here is we actually make the same batter that we would make for a souffle, but we, instead of flavoring it up with like cheese to make a cheese souffle, what we do in this case is we're going to leave it a little more basic, and we're going to prepare it to be used as a dipping batter for vegetables or whatever you want to cook. There's a lot of things you could do with this. If you wanted to take thick sliced mushrooms, dip it in this and fry them up, that'd make a wonderful side. Also carrots, maybe zucchini sticks. There's a lot of applications that you can use souffle batter on. I'm going to be cooking up a stuffed chili pepper, and it's going to be battered with a beautiful souffle batter. And so that's the goal today, is to show you how to make this fantastic, light, fluffy, incredible batter that your friends will be awed by. They'll wonder, how did you do that? It's a neat technique, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of detail in this, guys. You're going to be learning how to separate eggs, you're going to be learning how to beat whites to stiff, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. So it's going to be fun and detailed, and you're going to pick up a lot. So let's get in the kitchen and let's get busy making a souffle batter. Come on. Guys, here it is. Souffle batter. Eggs and a little bit of flour. What this is about isn't so much the ingredients that are used, but it's how we process our ingredients. This little remarkable thing right here just does wonderful stuff when it comes to cooking. It gives structure and volume and shape and desirability to so many different kinds of dishes. It's just unbelievable. And what I want to show you today is how to take this fabulous little guy. We're going to take him, we're going to turn him into a beautiful, fluffy batter that you can batter all kinds of stuff with. You can use this very similar to a tempura batter. This one is a little more fluffy and a little lighter. And if you think about it, what is a souffle? It's a beautiful French dish where they beat the egg white stiff and then fold in other ingredients such as cheese and things like that, and it rises up as you cook it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So you have, like in a cheese souffle, you'd have this beautiful cheese, lightly cheese flavored puff of air almost, and it's just fantastic. So that super light, very gentle, fluffy structure that's delicious, we're just turning it into a batter to fry things with, and it works wonders. Okay, now this can be used for, you can batter up mushrooms, carrots, zucchini, other types of squash, just little thin sticks of anything that'll cook fairly quick is going to work fine. And this makes a really neat way to do like party vegetables and stuff like that. So apply this in whatever way you want to. But today, what we're focused on is just making that beautiful, stiff souffle batter, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So it's fun to do. Let's get on with it. The first thing we have to do is start separating our eggs, because we can't beat the eggs whole. We need the yolk to perform a separate function after we turn the egg whites stiff. So first let's separate these, and I'll show you how to do it. Come on. Guys, when it comes time for you to separate your eggs, let me show you what to do here. This is a very simple process. First, you're going to crack your egg. You don't have to crack the egg on the side of something, and a lot of times when people do that, they end up getting small bits of shell in their finished product. So what a lot of chefs like to do is just break them right on a solid surface, just like that. Once you get that break, you stand your egg on end. See how I pushed in on it? Some of the white is already coming out. So I'm just going to pry my egg open. And look at that. Here's the white dropping right down out of there. There's a little bit left in this, so I'll drain it. Okay. I want to pass that yolk to this other side and finish draining out the remainder of that white. And I'm going to pass it back one time. See there? What left of the white. And I'll put my yolk to the side and move straight on to my next egg. That's all there is to it. So if you would, go ahead, crack your eggs. Now, what do you do when that happens? Watch this. See there? Picked him up, pass him to your other shell, and you'll start working that white away from that yolk. Guys, as you see, we have everything set up here now. We have our egg whites, our yolks back there, our flour. And I've pulled out a spatula. Very important that you know when it comes time to fold the other ingredients, which is your yolks and your flour, we're going to gently fold those into the beaten whites. And you can do that also with a whisk. I like using the spatula. Both ways work. When you're beating the white, you have to whisk it. Okay, you got to work air into it until you get it to turn fluffy and stiff. In other words, where little peaks will stand up by themselves without going flat. Okay, so we don't want to over dry it, but we want to take it just to the point that we get stiff peaks. I like using a mixer for this. It's a little bit easier for me. I'm getting older, so I do it the power way. But if all you have is a hand whisk, put these eggs in a large bowl like this and just go at it, guys. It won't take that long. You'll be surprised at how quick you can make light and fluffy egg whites. So what I'll do, I'll place my whites in here all by themselves. Let's get our whisk in place. And guys, if you would, take a look inside and I'll show you what this looks like as we work it up. When you first start up your mixer, don't crank it up full blast, because when you have a whisk and you have something liquid like that, it will easily throw it out of that bowl. So you gotta let it start getting a little bit stiff first, and then we can increase the speed to really make them nice and light and fluffy. Now in the background, I'm going to include a little timer here, and it's just a count up timer. We'll see how long this takes. This will give you some idea of exactly what you're looking at as far as time frame to make this happen. Okay guys, we're about 1.5 minutes in. Look at the frothiness that we are developing in that egg white. And remember, we're not on high, we're still on a medium speed here. When you start getting that frothiness, you can then increase your speed and really get at it. Now guys, you can see it's starting to hold some shape, and it's foamy and white, and it's really increasing in volume. This won't take but just a moment more. We're just now hitting 3 minutes. Now we're going to stop and check this. Okay. Almost at stiff peaks. It's still a bit light and soft, okay? Let's give it another blast and then it'll be done. Okay, let's take another look. Look at that. See how it's gathered? Knock that out. Stir that together a little. Okay guys, it's holding those stiff peaks just like what I'm looking for. See how the peaks are standing up by themselves? It's stiff, okay? But I go any further, it's going to get really dry on me. I don't want that. So we are finished making that, and as you've seen, it's only just a matter of minutes to get these nice and stiff. The next thing I want to do, and I start by just breaking my egg yolks and getting part of them in there to begin with. Okay, not all. And I want to gently sprinkle some of my flour over that. And I want to just fold this together, guys. Now the yolk is important because we're adding A, flavor, but B, we're adding moisture back to this, okay? So it's going to be working good with it. Okay, now after that yolk is about halfway worked in the way I have it now, let's go ahead and add the rest. More of our flour. And I started, with not very much flour. You don't have to use a whole lot. You just have to have enough in there to give it a little bit of body, and that's all. So we get our fluffiness from the egg white. We get the body from that flour. We get our moisture from the egg yolk and flavor. And guys, what we end up with is a fantastic batter. Looky here how this is coming out. So once I get that combined, and you don't have to just go crazy combining it, just get it mixed together. Gently folding it. And when I say folding, this is what I'm doing. I'm just turning it over. Literally folding the ingredients over. If you go to whipping it or anything, it's going to fall on you and you're not going to have a good souffle batter. So you want to gently fold it. And see, it's coming out smooth now. So it looks like I'm about ready to put this guy to work. Our souffle batter is ready to dip anything we want into that. Pull it back out, drop it in your oil, and you have a souffle batter whatever, okay? There it is, your batter. Down into our oil. Let them cook. That's all we have to do. So as you can see, once that hits the oil, there's really not a lot of frying action happening there. You don't hear a lot of popping and sputtering, but what it is just firming up that batter and turning it golden. In a moment here, I'm going to turn it over. We'll do it on the other side, and then we can finish cooking it off. And it's just that easy, guys. Guys, as you see, we can use the souffle batter in many ways. I'm frying up a chili that's been stuffed, and you do yours with whatever you want, but you've got a lot of options here, so just enjoy that stuff. Guys, here we have this beautiful chili. I did a stuffed chili and fried it up. It's a wonderful way of doing what they call a Chile Relleno. And if you want to know how I process the chili and all that to do the Chile Relleno, well, that'll be shown on next week's show. It is a delicious dish. But here you have a batter that you can use on anything. It doesn't have to be a chili. You can use it on mushrooms, like I said before. You could, if you want, do this on pretty much any vegetable and lots of different fruits. As long as the moisture content isn't too high, you should be able to pull it off without any problems. Give it a try and you're going to love it. I do appreciate everyone for watching Texas Cooking Today, for watching this show. If you would, please subscribe if you have not already done so. Please click the like button, that helps me a lot. If you have any suggestions, if you want me to do a certain recipe, if you have questions, comments, just drop them down below. I love to read those. I respond to as many as I can. Guys, thank you very much for watching this. And please, give this recipe a try. You're going to like it. You folks have a good day. Bye-bye. Well, there it is, guys. Texas Cooking Today tutorial. Thank you very much for watching this show and for watching Texas Cooking Today. If you would, please go to my channel. Check out what I have there. There's some wonderful recipes and some great tutorials waiting for you to try. Again, thank you very much.